Legends, good morning. Sunshiny day here in Lincolnshire. Windy though, windy. It never rains, but it pours. The TT is here. We're at Dad's workshop. He is a approved member of fixing cars. There's a sign I fished out of a skip for him recently. Brief TT update. It's in lots of pieces. And like I say, it never rains, but it pours. But I've now got an issue with my van. Yeah, long story short, Mrs. John Cooper and I went shopping yesterday and noticed on the way there that there was a problem. That problem being I was having a flat tyre or losing flat tyreness. Losing wind from my tyre. I'll tell you what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a fairy liquid bottle. Has this got fairy liquid in? Just to see if I can find out where the puncture is. Right, I've got my fairy liquid. I had to get Dad to come and find it. You thought it was up here. It's not. It's over there somewhere. Organised chaos. You just found your breakfast. Go get your breakfast.
Somebody couldn't find my fairy.
Right, let's find out where this leak is. It'll be here on this wheel. So yeah, as I say, I was driving to Meadowhall with Mrs. John Cooper yesterday. We got about 10 minutes into our journey. I thought, that doesn't feel quite right. I did check my tyre before anyone moans. On my way there, it seemed to be good. I emptied my van and got 10 miles or so down the road. And I noticed that I'd got a pretty wiggly flat tyre. Right, so let's spray this on here. Where is the leak? It's going to be on the bead, I think. Okay. So what I'm doing, if you are a novice when it comes to tyres and bits and pieces, I've sprayed the tyre with fairy liquid. And in theory, if there is a leak, it will bubble. Okay. So far, I can't see the leak. It's slowly bubbling here, but that is not a major issue, I don't think. And the bead looks good as well. Let's spray this bead some more here. It might be a case of rolling it backwards and forwards and having a look at the tread. Might even be on the inside, which would be bad news. So I've come to get the jack, but it's in use. So I'll have to be a little bit more creative. I'll just have to roll it backwards and forwards. Yeah, don't you hate it when you've got too many cars that need fixing and not enough jacks? That is a problem. Right, let me roll my van I would say backwards a wee bit. Yeah, backwards. Please ignore the state of my van. It's a disgrace. Right, let's roll. Oh, it's rolling forwards. Alright, we'll roll it forwards a bit then. That's enough. Nearly smashed into the gate. Carry on. Spray, spray, spray. Not only is this going to try and find the fault, it will obviously give the tyres a good shine, eh? Well, I can't find it yet. Nothing obvious. Let's have a look underneath the van. At this edge. Nope. Nothing obvious yet. Well, I must admit, I expected to see something. I expected to give it a visual look at and see the issue. Could be on this inside face, which I'm not overly happy about if it is. So I'm going to have to get in there with me fairy liquid. We'll keep rolling it forward. So far, not found the issue. So I'm on this inside edge and I think... No, I've not found it. I am shocked. It could have been that there was just some dirt in the bead and that dirt has now gone away when I have sealed the tyre when I've pumped it right up. I would have expected to have seen or heard something. So I'm a bit defeated. I can't find the leak. Can't find it at all. I've used nearly this whole bottle of fairy liquid. But no, can't find a leak. I'm going to put it back here for now. I'm going to monitor the van, I think. The worst case scenario is there is a leak there, and I get out and about, and then I end up with a flat tyre. What am I going to do? I'm going to monitor it. I'm going to leave the van at home for 2 weeks, maybe, and see where we go. I've done a proper visual inspection of the van. I can't see any issues with that tyre. I've done a hearing test. Put your ear to the van. I've checked the tyre pressure today. It's the same tyre pressure as it was yesterday. And I've done the fairy liquid test. There's going to be a slow old leak there somewhere. Or, as I say, there was a little bit of dirt on the seam, on the bead, and that was leaking. And then when I have taken it for a good old spin yesterday in the rain, it's dislodged that muck and dirt, rust even. You can get rust that does that. And then when I've pumped it back up, it has solved the problem. We shall find out. Expert is here now. He's decided to give it a go. We've got the jack out. He's going to take the wheel off, and we're going to try and find it that way. I'll jack the car up, or the van up, raw snail. Expert's got the wheel off. We're going to try this inner bead. He's pretty certain it's on the... Oh my goodness, that's an interesting way of doing it. That is the inner bead. Yeah, there's no issues there. None at all. What's this? Nope, fine. Dad found it quicker than I did. Here it is on this bead. Just here. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Weeny little air leak. It's just going to be some muck in the bead, isn't it? Case of... there might be one over here as well, actually. No, that's not one. This is it. Here's the leak. Tiny, weeny leak. It's quite rusty here. Let's just get that out there. See if it comes back. Yeah, the source is here, look. Well, that's the way to find it. I would never have found that by just spraying fairy liquid at it without it being on the deck. So fair play to the expert. I think we're just going to scratch some of this muck away and go from there. The source is here somewhere. I think the exterior is okay. I think the actual tread and everything is fine. We're going to try and repair it. We've marked where it is. Dad's taking the valve out. We'll clean this steel wheel there, and then hopefully, once we've done that... Oh, that's a horrible noise. Once we've done that, clean behind it, pump it back up again, and it will have fixed the problem. It's only a bit of muck on the bead. Worst case scenario is I'll have to go down to Mr. Tyre or Mrs. Tyre or whoever they are now and get it sorted. It's not Mr. Tyre anymore, is it? Is it Mr. Tyre? Who knows? Yeah, worst case scenario, I've got to get a new tyre, but I don't think that's going to be happening today, which is a winner. Tyre expert. We've knocked it off the rim, off the bead. We're going to clean it out now. So we've levered all the way around the rim. spraying it off as we go. There's quite a bit of rust and crud and just debris between the tyre and the rim, and now we're going to do a little bit of a preventative measure. Well, bodge. We're going to add some wood glue. It's actually PVA just to the inside here, just to help seal any further issues we may get.
Clean the rim and you get some black stuff, and they call it bead seal, mate.
So Dad's adding the PVA glue to the bead here. What would you normally do in this situation?
Take the tyre off, clean the rim, and if it's really pitted, you put some black stuff on called bead seal on.
We're not putting bead seal on. We're bodging the job because we can't get it off the. We've not got a bead breaker going on now. So PVA under there, just to hopefully seal it a little bit. And now to bump it back up again. That is one way of bodging it, but it'll hopefully keep me on the road. Well, moment of truth, I suppose. We've washed off the excess PVA. I've got my tin of fairy here. Put it back on the bead and see how we get on. I have poured the fairy on the wheel. We was around here somewhere, and no frothing. Job done. See, I was ready to give up when I couldn't find it, when it was on the van. Dad's come along and gone, no, that's not how we're doing it. And by the looks of things, this is where the mark was, has fixed the problem. Job's a good one. Worst case scenario is it does it again. Sod's Law says I'm going to go get a puncture now. Big nail in there. Thumbs up if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. Comment. I know we've bodged it a little bit, but maybe it gets you out of a sticky situation. How has it got you out of a sticky situation? Let me know. Have a great day. Whatever you're getting up to. Fairy liquid, big hammer, air gun, problem solved. Last thing to do is put the wheel trim and the wheel back on. Crisscross, by the way, if you're putting these back on. Nuts in, all loose, crisscross, tighten them up, and then torque wrench. Look at the size of this spider we've dislodged. Where's he living? Is he living in here? Is he living in the wheel trim? You do you, mate. Last but not least, I am torque wrenching the wheel nuts. I'll do it also when it's on the deck, because it's not on the deck yet. Right, get her on the deck. Here she comes, down on the ground. Here comes the jack. Oh, hi, Jack. Now to torque wrench these again. 100 Newton meters I'm set this at. Just if anyone's interested. 1. This is difficult to do one-handed. Yep, all torqued. Job's a good one.